I mean, I think we're going to learn a lot, regardless of what happens. Obviously, it's a very difficult place to play against an outstanding team that's extremely well coached. So you don't know how your team's going to react to that, especially when you have this many new guys. So it's going to hopefully be a day of growth for us, one way or the other.
You said how important these last 4 or 5 days are going to be for practice. Did you get accomplished what you were hoping to?
Yeah, I think so. We were able to kind of work on ourselves last week, and then turned our attention to Gonzaga on Sunday, Monday. But I think we cleaned up a few things, hopefully, and I'm hoping that'll show itself tomorrow night.
Zach, was it the intention to have an early season growth spot or measuring stick, when you scheduled the home and home this early?
I mean, sometimes when you schedule those, it's what date works. And with our game with Nebraska in early December, and with what we have in Vegas over Thanksgiving, this was probably the best time for that. We wanted one right before conference play and one here, so we have K-State there and the Zags here. So you find out a lot. And fortunately, we played 2 high-level exhibition games. Obviously they've played Oklahoma in a regular season game, so we've played good competition. Hopefully we're ready for it.
Speaking to just roster decisions, redshirting Alexa, I know you're trying to figure out the rotation. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I mean, Alexa wasn't able to be here this summer, so obviously that sets you back in itself. But he's made really good progress, and I think the opportunity for him to work with Jeremy Anderson in the weight room and work on his body and continue to develop his skill set will be really good for him. And in terms of Hudson, those conversations are ongoing with him and his family, and we're going to have to make a decision there soon.
Owen will have his first Big Ten Creighton with Grant tomorrow. How important is that matchup for him to really kind of be thrown back in the fire after this?
Yeah, I wish he was back in shape and 100%. Clearly he's not there yet, and he probably won't be for a while. But it's going to be a test for our front line. It's two of the better passing bigs in the country, and they just happen to be on the same team with Ike and Huff. So that provides a lot of challenges. They have a lot of different ways to try to get the ball into the paint, and we have to do whatever we can to make those catches difficult.
Coming off the South Dakota interior defense, rebounding, how is that for
Yeah, we've tried to work on it. I mean, you can't blow your assignments, and we blew some assignments. Now, fortunately, we did a good job on the other end of the floor with our offensive rebounding to offset that. So, that's an area that we have to grow and we have to improve. And obviously, it's been a point of emphasis here the last 4 or 5 days.
I think the communication's good enough on that end because you have so many new guys.
It's still not where it needs to be, and part of it is guys are still thinking, and especially now when you implement a game plan that's maybe has some differences than our base defense in terms of how you're defending a specific screen or what you're doing in the post. So there's still a lot of thinking going on with the new guys, and that's going to be ongoing here until we get a little experience under our belt.
Talk about the front court. What are the challenges they present in the backcourt, especially with some better guys back there?
Yeah, I mean, Miller really shoots it. The Smith was terrific when he was, I believe, he was at Colgate before he transferred in, and he really runs the team. Is great defensively, Grant Foster is, he's such a good slasher, and he can take it off the rim. He can lead the break. His back cuts offensively. His work on the offensive glass, and then Worley really changes the game too because he's totally different. And he can switch some ball screens. He can provide a little bit more pressure defensively for them. And he's a downhill driver. So they can give you a lot of different looks. And you talk about the two bigs a lot, but at the end of the day, they're probably only on the court together 12 to 15 minutes, and the rest of the game you're dealing with a little bit smaller, more athletic lineup.
How important is it to have Jasen back out there as you try to piece together your lineup?
Yeah, it's good, especially for a game like this with their size and physicality. I think being able to have him available to us is going to be important.
Do you have an update on JTT?
He had surgery, successful surgery, and had it fixed. He'll be out 6 to 8 weeks.
Back this offseason, you said when you were putting the roster together, the emphasis was to get as deep as possible. Is this a good test of that against their roster?
Yeah, because they're playing a lot of guys as well, and we're going to have to. So, I think we have 10, 11 guys that are ready to help us. They're all at different levels of their understanding of what's going on in terms of our defensive planning and execution, and then the timing of some of our offensive sets. That's still far from perfect, but it's getting better.
As you're working on that, do you simplify things at all for these guys, or do you still kind of let it rip?
Yeah, I mean, you let it rip to a certain extent, and then obviously there's some things that we think will be successful tomorrow night that may not be successful against a different kind of defense. So you zero in on the ones offensively that you think are going to be successful, and then you have to have a couple defensive plans against a team like this because they can make you look foolish.
I think this will be the biggest game you've played this early since that Wisconsin game. I think in 16, 17. What are early season opportunities like this do for you the rest of the season?
Well, I mean it's a quad one game, so you have an opportunity to help your resume. But at this point with this team, obviously results are really important. That's what I get paid for, is to have results. But we have to grow and we have to learn, and we have a long ways to go before we're going to be ready to tackle the Big East. So this is another step in that direction, and hopefully we can put our best foot forward.
It'll be really good. We've been working all week just on how we're going to defend them because they have some of the most talented big men in the country, obviously, and it's going to be really tough to kind of handle them. But we've been preparing all week, and it's going to be really good to learn from this game and just be better moving forward.
It's kind of not exactly, but a similar matchup that you guys saw against Auburn in the tournament with Cardwell and Janai. Can you take anything from that?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing I could take from that is the physicality that we had to play with when we were going up against them, because those two guys were huge, probably some of the biggest players I've ever played against, and it's going to be kind of a similar situation, especially height-wise and strength-wise with these two guys that we're about to go up against. So definitely going to take some things from that Auburn game.
Missed a few season openers here, and what's it going to be like have to start your season on the road at a place like Gonzaga?
I mean, to be honest, I'm really excited for it regardless. I mean, obviously I wish I could have played in that season opener, but stuff is going to happen sometimes, and you just got to play through it. But I think it's just a really good opportunity to be able to play at a place like in Spokane, and I'm really excited for it.
After the game on Wednesday, it feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
Max said, we're not tough enough yet, we're not physical enough yet. How do you implement that? Is it something that just comes along? Is it do you have it or you don't have it? How do you develop that physicality, that toughness?
I feel like, especially with this group, toughness is going to be a choice for us. All of us have it inside of us. We just have to be able to dig deep enough to get it out. And that Thursday practice after we came back, I feel like a lot of people learned a lot about themselves during the practice. A lot of people got so much more tough. I feel like the things we work on are the things that we needed to, especially just seeing the stuff that we didn't do as well as we thought we were going to in that Wednesday game. Worked on it a lot, and we definitely got a lot tougher already, but still got a long ways to go.
What do you think it was about that practice that made you change your guys' mindset about just physicality?
I just think it was just having the mindset that, for example, if there's a loose ball, I'm going to be the one to put my nose in the ground first. I'm going to be the one to get it. It's just a mentality that all of us need to have if we want to be able to make the strides that we want to make and go the distances that we want to go.
Just how excited are you to get out to Spokane and play with your guys and just let them out here right now?
Yeah, we're all super excited. Obviously, Spokane's going to be a really great place to play at. They always bring a great crowd. It's going to be new. Obviously, this is our first true away game, so it's going to be a different experience for this group. But it's going to be great for us to learn, great for us to grow together as a team, just being on the road together, and it's a great way to have fun.
I guess talk about how much he's emphasizing communication and kind of singles out you in particular with how much experience you have in this program, how much he's relying on you. How do you kind of embrace that role and filling in that, speaking up, and making sure everybody knows what they need to do?
Yeah, so it was a little bit tough at first. Obviously, I've been playing behind players like Kalkbrenner and Ashworth throughout my career, so I haven't really had to take a role like that on yet. So this year was really different for me. When I first started, I thought I was doing a pretty good job at being loud and helping my teammates out, but Mac expected more from me, so I've been stepping up to that challenge and doing the best that I can in order to help my teammates out and also to help my coaches out because, if I can get my teammates right, that makes their job that much easier.
Jasen, I don't think that Creighton has had a tough test this early or this tough a test this early since you've been here.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, please.
Maybe.
But what is the benefit of having this tough of a test this early in the season?
Yeah, so obviously it's a really long season. We got a lot of games to play, and to be able to play against a team this good this early in the season is going to, first of all, it's going to teach us a lot about what we need to get better at. It's going to introduce us to those tough road environments that we're going to be playing in a lot, especially in the Big East. And, it's just the biggest thing it's going to help us do is just to prepare for big games like these because there's a lot of pressure that comes with it. There's a lot of, crowd interactions that'll happen whenever we're playing at an arena like that. So it's just we're going to learn a lot from it.
When you play a front court that brings that much physicality, in one force, if you will, how do you combat that? Is it bringing equal physicality? What's the key to that?
Yeah, it's just I would say it's bringing equal, if not greater, physicality than they are because they're obviously great players. DK dominated last year really well, and so we're going to have to come in with the mindset that we can't let him have his way with us. We have to, fight back as much as he's fighting against us. So, it's just going to be bringing a lot of physicality and also playing smart.
What's the mindset or the approach or how you guys are preparing for potentially handling adversity if you get down, being able to kind of battle back and fight your way through that?
I feel like the way that we handle adversity the best is just staying together as a group, especially last year. I learned that last year. Obviously, we had our ups and downs, especially in the beginning of the season, but we were able to rally together as a team. And because of that, we were able to go on such a long winning streak. And I feel like it's going to be really similar this year because we have such a connected team and such a talented team that obviously we're going to have times when stuff isn't going to go our way. But I feel like we're going to be able to rally together just because of how close we are. We're going to be able to make sure each other knows what we have to do right next time, knows what we did wrong last time, and just fix it from there on.